Cruise news time. Well, have you seen the video of the lady leaving the freedom of the seas because she tested positive for COVID? I'm sure you've seen it. A lot of people have asked me about it, and so yeah, let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news updates. Well, yes, I have seen the video, the 8-minute video of the lady being removed from the freedom of the seas. I've watched it 3 or 4 times, and I've struggled. I got exposure to it about 5 days ago. I've struggled whether or not to talk about it. I've seen other people come out and talk about it, and I've struggled to understand what kind of value I could put into the conversation. It's a pretty straightforward event. Now, all we know is one side. I think this is the thing that we've got to say. We just have her account of what's happened. There's not been an official statement from Royal Caribbean. Big news outlets like Miami Herald reached out. They didn't get a response from Royal Caribbean or a statement about this event, and so we just have to go with what the lady tells us. So 8-minute video. I'm not going to play the video. There's one highlight I'll play in a second, that my favorite part of the video, but other than that, I'll just give you a quick synopsis. She goes to board the freedom of the seas. She's there with her negative PCR COVID test because she is unvaccinated. She shows it to the gate agent. The gate agent validates their check-in documentation, and then she says that they give them purple bracelets. And so purple bracelets means that you are vaccinated. Now, I don't know if she knew that that's what it meant, but she was curious as to why she got a bracelet, and she asked the gate agent, are these for the unvaccinated? And she said that the gate agent said yes. And then there was a person there helping her with the wheelchair. She asked that person, are these for the unvaccinated? That person also said yes, according to the lady in her video. And so she wore her purple bracelet, and she went and did the things that purple bracelet people do. Now, she didn't mention it specifically, but one of the things that purple bracelet people can do on the freedom of the seas, there's some places on the cruise ship where they can go and not wear a mask. And so she may have had, well, I don't want to speculate as to what her experience was, but she had a whole day of being purple bracelet. And then the next day, she said all of a sudden she was surrounded by security, and security moved in and asked them what their cabin number was. She provided the cabin number, and then she said that security asked them if they were vaccinated or not. And even though she felt it was a HIPAA violation, she went ahead and told them that she was unvaccinated. Now, interestingly, if this was a HIPAA violation, this would have extended all the way to before she got on the cruise, because when you're booking this cruise, they're asking you what your vaccination status is. But that's neither here nor there, or is it? Knowing what you're going into might be an important component of the story. So according to her, security, after hearing that they were unvaccinated, said, oh, well, we don't think you got tested according to the protocol prior to getting on the cruise. And she was like, yeah, I got tested. I brought my test results. But the protocol for this cruise is bringing your test results, your negative test results. And if you're unvaccinated, you have to get tested at embarkation day. So the test at embarkation day was what they did not get. And so they were tested at that point. She says they were held for 3 hours while they waited for their test result, and it came back that she was positive. And then that kind of brings us to the point where she's in the area to get off the cruise ship. She's waiting to understand what kind of refund she's going to get, and she loses her mind a little bit. So this is my favorite moment.
I'm going to be in charge of my own fucking life. I'm tired of Royal Caribbean telling me what I got to do when you're lying to us. They're lying!
The scream. Okay, why was she screaming? They were trying to get her off the cruise ship and get her onto an ambulance, but she did not want to get off the cruise ship until she spoke to someone and got all the information about her refund and that kind of thing. But look, I'm not here to pass judgment on the lady freaking out in a moment of crisis. I'm assuming for her, again, her whole vacation went sideways, and honestly, she really only freaks out for part of the video. She does say something kind of disturbing at the end. I will share that with you. The other thing I gotta say is that dude that's waiting to get her off of the cruise ship, it reminds me of that like scene in Roadhouse where Sam Elliott or Patrick Swayze or somebody's trying to talk about how you get some rowdy person out of the bar without making a scene. Doesn't it feel like that? a little. The end result is she's taken off of the cruise ship, she's put in an ambulance, and then at some point she's flown out of the Bahamas, she's flown back to wherever she needs to go. She gets a full refund for this cruise, and then she also gets a 100% future cruise credit so that she can have another cruise. So she got all this money back, all of her flights, all of her travel to get home, taken care of, and then she also got 100% future cruise credit. So Royal Caribbean followed their protocol, which says if you test positive for the testing while on the cruise ship, we're going to refund your money, we're going to do other things, we're going to get you home. Now, I do have some commentary that's likely to annoy some people, which I tend to do from time to time, so let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you want to stay up to date with everything that's going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. All right, let's talk about this. So the lady did a few interesting things during this video that's worth mentioning. The first thing she did that stood out is she proclaimed things about COVID that she thought would be enough information to get her way on the cruise ship. I had COVID 3 months ago. I went to my doctor. I had an antibody test. My antibodies are really high. Therefore, anything that you're doing should not count because this is what I believe about, the protocols. And this is a thing that seems to happen a lot in the comments and on the internet. People, the thing that they believe to be the thing that should matter, it doesn't always matter. And what matters in this situation are the people that are making the rules and their health protocols. The reality is when it comes to dealing with businesses such as a cruise line, you can have any perception you want about how COVID works, what's right, what's wrong, but it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what the cruise line thinks about COVID. And if you can't get in alignment with that, well, you're not going to win the battle. The other thing that she did that's probably forgivable, she tiraded like a baby a little bit. This is a very contentious time in our history. There's a lot going on. The cruise restart is brand spanking new. There's a lot of tension in the room, and throwing a fit is not going to help your cause. Now, there was a time when throwing a fit may have helped your cause, squeaky wheel gets the grease, that kind of thing. The COVID time is not that time. If you can go on YouTube and search COVID Karen or whatever, and there's time and time again of people getting smacked down by businesses who really don't care about the tirade anymore. They are taking the protocols and their employees, they're picking those over the tirade. And so be warned, I guess, if you think that being a good complainer is going to get you where you want to go, it's not, in my opinion, during the health protocols. It sure didn't help this lady. And then finally, if you're videotaping yourself and you're trying to make a point and you're trying to take a stand for what your principle, then don't show your true colors on the video. One of the last things this lady says before they put her in the ambulance is, I'm going to touch everything. I went through and licked everybody's doorknob last night, so they have to, I guess, sanitize the whole place. Like, this is really, like, to me, this does kind of show the true colors a little bit. Honestly, I'm sorry that this happened to you, but is your response really screw everybody else? You're holding your own video camera. Right there, you lose all credibility with me. You're, I guess, joking about licking doorknobs, but trying to convince me that Royal's doing something wrong? That's a stretch. It's an interesting world that we live in. Everybody is so good at being low-key bullies online, calling people names, intimidating people with fear, knowing everything that they know and standing up and sticking it to the man. But in reality, when the rubber meets the road and you're actually standing in a business trying all those tactics, you can't bully the business, and you certainly cannot bully the cruise line when it comes to the restart of cruising and health protocols. But hey, look, that's just my take. Let me kick it over to you. Obviously, this lady put off a cruise ship for testing positive. Did Royal treat her fairly? Was her response equal? Was her response equal to what had happened to her? How could she have done it better? Leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching the show today. Please click the like button, or you know what I'm doing. I'm licking your doorknob. This is Tony with Lido, Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.